Good afternoon and welcome back to our channel. My name is Shamika here with the NOSA Group, and we're excited to have you here as we begin the discussion on one of my favorite topics, which is the first steps you need to take to become your own boss. So, just in case you don't know me, my name is Shamika, the creator and founder of the NOSA Group, the nurse owned staffing agency. And what we are is a community of nursing healthcare professionals who are coming together to navigate, figure it out, network, collaborate, and educate each other on the process of becoming healthcare staffing business professionals. So that's why this topic is so exciting for me because it allows you to really talk about those first steps, those initial steps that you take in business to make sure you're on the right track. You're connected to the right resources, community, network, as well as make sure that you're doing the things that are going to lead you to your ultimate goal. So one of the first things you want to think about, and this is in any business, it's not even specific to healthcare staffing, it's just specific to business in general, is to think about your mindset. So you really have to change your mindset from an employee thought process to an employer. And the reason you kind of have to make that distinction early on is because your goals and objectives will be different. So the goals and objectives of employees is totally different in many instances of those of employers. The things that you have to take into consideration, the other factors or outside factors, your internal factors, goal setting, how to meet specific needs of the corporation or organization. So that's all a little bit different. So when you're thinking about becoming your own boss, it can be a hard process. And it may have you on your toes and changing your mind and second guessing yourself. But when you really learn how to think from another perspective and make that change from thinking from an employer versus an employee, you're making the right first step. Number 2, establish your goals. So business goals, personal goals, professional goals are all really, really important in maintaining your ability to meet them, your ability to complete them, to see progress in doing them, to make sure that you are where you want to be in the time frame that you want to be there. So there are multiple ways of setting goals. There's all types of different platforms. We've shared some here on our YouTube channel. And some of the most common ones are your SMART goals. So SMART goal process looks like making sure that your goal is specific. It has as much detail as possible so that you're not kind of out here throwing out a big net trying to catch a lot of fish versus throwing out a big net only looking to catch one specific fish. You also want to make sure that it's measurable. So it's something that can be completed in a time frame. The more specific, the better, but a time frame that makes sense. So could you be a healthcare professional and make $1 million in revenue? Sure. But when would you be able to make that? What's a reasonable time frame to be able to make sure that you get there? And that touches on a little bit about making sure that it's achievable. Could you do it in a year? Maybe. Is it unlikely? A little bit. And all that's based on how you go into the industry, how you set up your organization, what your goals are, the type of support, resources, and access that you have in the industry. And that really factors into what that looks like as an ultimate goal. But is it achievable? It is. The R is relevant. So in setting goals, you want to kind of have it tie into the goals that you have for the business, whether it's for the business to be established, to grow, to diversify, to go into other elements of the industry, making sure that it's not something that's not related so that you don't get yourself off track. And then finally, the time bound, a place where you can hold yourself accountable to a specific time bound or time frame. And you also want to think about including accountability partners that can do the same for you. Create a business plan. Having a plan means everything. It can be used as a map, a roadmap, a guide that makes your company's financial decisions, your marketing proposals, your operational choices easy to understand and maneuver through. A business plan is essentially something that you want to create as a roadmap for yourself, but it should also be something that you can show to others, whether it be potential partners, clients, as to what you're planning for the business in the future. Next, set a proper organizational structure. This means everything. Just like your business plan is your foundation, your organizational structure are like your bricks that you put in place that allows you to really create a strong structure, a balanced structure, a sustainable structure. So, an organizational structure really refers to the way that the activities within the company or business flow. So, who reports to who, who's assigned to these specific tasks, and the functions and roles that they have within any specific team or within the organization. And the goal with an organizational structure is to accomplish the company's overall mission. Next, sell your business idea. This question comes up in so many different ways from so many different individuals around, well, should I market the business or can I have someone else market the business? Should I do direct marketing, digital marketing, in person? What works best? And I tell people all of it. You should always be marketing your business all of the time, wherever you go, in any circle that you may be in. Mostly because you never know when the door of opportunity may come your way, but also you want to make sure that you're comfortable enough to talk about your business, what you do, what you plan to do, what the future of the business looks like to any professional in any setting, because you never know when opportunity knocks at your door. And then number 6, which is by far my favorite, it's learn to negotiate. In my world, as a business professional, as a NOSA, as a nurse, as a human resources professional, in my home setting, in my personal life, I believe every single thing is negotiable. When you're starting your business more than ever, it's important to have an appropriate strategy to talk to your future customers, talk to your future employees, be able to talk to clients, and create a message that's convincing of them to acquire your services as well as work with you. You want to make sure that you're keeping in mind that, like every other skill set, negotiation takes patience and practice. And finally, if you want to know more, feel free to follow us on our website as well as our social media pages to find out more about what we're doing in our Facebook community as well as the outside community with other fellow NOSAs. We'll be hosting quite a few events this year. So definitely make sure that you're following us to get more information. And if you haven't, make sure to take out some time to go ahead and ring the bell, click the bell in the right corner, and get updates on upcoming posts and videos like this one, as well as get more information about events. NOSACon, our NOSA conference that'll be happening in August this year in Atlanta, Georgia. We'd love to have you be a part of our community. You're more than welcome to join our free Facebook group and continue to follow and subscribe here on YouTube.